Oh no, that looks really bad. Very mucky. How am I going to clean all of that out? Oh, that looks really bad as well. Never going to be able to get into those corners. Oh, this whole window is absolutely filthy. This was me last week because, as you know, I have been cleaning this window and I have taken the entire thing apart. I took the window off. I was like, you window, you're coming off. And now you get to find out if I put it back on or not. Did it go back on? Did it not go back on? Who knows? Okay, spoilers, but I did get it back on. This bit just taps back into place. This is the bit that I managed to get off with my screwdriver by just placing it underneath and just wedging it off a little bit. Sometimes bits go into PVC windows like this because the plastic is quite hard to secure anything into, which is why these come with some special screws that are designed for these types of surfaces. You may notice that towel. It was absolutely chucking it down whilst I was trying to repaint the wall and to put these bits back together. So the wind was coming towards me in the window, and so I was getting soaked. This is me just angling the window to put it back on. You can't see it too well, but it all went really well. It was very successful. Which just goes to show you can take a window off and it goes back on. These bits, however, are much more fragile because they're very old, they're very brittle, and I just went out and got some white spray paint. I was popping past a haberdashery this week, and so I just popped in and said, have you got any white? And he said, yep. Added about 4 coats in the end. Here's the moment of truth. These plastic pieces for the window, these face plates, are now ready to go back on. I have spray painted them white. I feel like they look really clean now. Let's see what it makes the window look like from a distance. Here's the 3 pieces. This goes on the very bottom, this goes up the side, and this one goes on the top. Oh, it's a really good match for the window. Now let's see if I can actually get it on. Oh, a little bit of paper attached to the bottom. Oh wow, that looks so good. That looks so good. Now this one I expect to be a bit more tricky because there's no actual space for the plastic to fit around the edge. This whole part of the plasterboard is really poorly aligned with the window. I think this must have been installed afterwards. Let's see if I can get it in there. It's not looking promising, is it? I wonder what's stopping it. Oh, that helped. Opening the window allowed it to squidge in place. That also looks amazing. This is going so well. And finally, this is the best bit. I don't know why it's the best bit, but this is the favourite shape out of all the 3 of them, and that matters somehow. You know when you're in that kind of mood that you really want to get something done, but it's very delicate and so you have to be very gentle with it, and then you just can't get it to do what you want, and part of you really just wants to get a hammer and tap it into place, but you know that'll snap it into a million pieces. Me having the patience to get this in place is nothing short of heroism. Now you see, I thought this one would be the easy one. It would just slide on. It was the easiest to take off, but it was definitely the most difficult to put back on. It seemed to have some sort of knack to it, like something was stopping it from being pushed down. And as soon as I got past that, it was easy. The finished result. I'm so impressed with how this has come out. The colour difference is phenomenal. Let me give you some close-ups, and then I can find you some footage of what it looked like before. Here's the before. Turns out I actually took some pretty terrible before pictures, but you get the gist from this slow-mo. And this is what it looks like now. A complete difference. Really proud of this work. I do get very fixated on attention to detail sometimes. That's what this top one looks like now. And this is what it looked like before. Ooh, how messy, how gross. It's just full of filler and all sorts of stuff. In fact, that piece is still the old colour, so you can see the colour difference between the two. That looks so much better. The little job I'm doing in the bathroom before I finish in here is changing out these bulbs. One of these lights in the bathroom has completely died, so I need to replace that anyway. But there's also a buzzing sound. Let me see if you can hear it. And I know you can hear it because I can hear that sound on my videos that I've edited of the bathroom project. And that can happen when one of these bulbs, if they get quite old, they can start to vibrate, and it gives this high, I don't know if it's actually vibrating, but that's what I imagine it's doing. And it gives this high-pitched sound when the bulb is old or if it's on its way out. So I'm going to replace the one that's gone and then see if I can replace one of the others and see if I can get rid of the sound. The other reason that it can also make this sound is if the voltage is incorrect and it's being overloaded. Must admit, don't know loads about that. I just know that there's only so much you can put on one light circuit. That's literally the extent of my knowledge. I just know the basics, but let's see if the bulbs can sort it out. The other thing that I'll need to consider is that if I'm replacing these bulbs with bulbs from a different brand, the light might be different. It might come out of more of a cool white rather than a warm white. Oh, these are LED. I'm surprised that they would have gone so quickly. Anyway, only 3 come in a pack, and this light's made of 4, which is typical, isn't it? So let's see. Whilst we're here, maybe I'll show you the inside. Basically, I'm teaching you how to change a light bulb. Sometimes you've got to learn these things. I didn't know how to do this when I first began. Let me show you the inside. So that's what it looks like. It's got that kind of exclamation mark shape, which follows these 2 little blobs on the end. You put those 2 into the wider bits and then you twist it into place. Harder than it looks sometimes. Just going to double check that that works before. Ooh, it's very bright. See, these are very bright white lights, and these ones that I've bought are more orange, very similar to that colour actually. If I'd have thought about it, I would have got bright white, but here we are. The annoying buzzing sound has completely gone. I've taken this one back out because I'm probably just going to take these and swap them at the shop for the colour that I actually wanted. Now that I've taken the broken one out, the buzzing sound has stopped. And so it was true that the fact that it was old was creating that buzzing sound. The glue that I used on this did stick, but it's quite a squidgy glue, and therefore there's quite a lot of movement in this handle. Let's see if I can break it off actually. Because I feel like I might be able to. Oh, it's moving this. We don't want that. Thinking I might glue it back together with a slightly more robust glue. Aha! Yeah, I thought it would come off. Come on, surrender. I need to tighten those. Interesting that they're moving. Come on. Oh, okay, I need 2 hands. Much to my surprise, the glue inside is still wet. I guess maybe because it's not exposed to oxygen, because it's so tight in there, so it probably hasn't had a chance to dry. I hadn't really thought about that. Completely watertight. Completely airtight, that's what I actually mean. I think I'm going to try and clean out a little bit of this material because I don't need it there anymore, And then I'm going to add some super glue. Solid. That did the treat. That was literally a pound, that super glue. Do still need to tighten those though. Come here. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to this channel.